How can we bring, well, first of all, the unemployment rate in the U.S. is what, at 10%, it's hovering around 10%, and in Florida it's about 12. What can we do to lower those rates, and what can we do to create jobs? And if you were a congresswoman, what would you do to help create jobs, or what would you do to create jobs?
Well, I think in some of the areas in our state it's even higher than 12%, and that's just unsustainable for our state and for our country. One of the things we need to do, and I believe is important, that we extend the Bush tax cuts, not extend them but make them permanent. We need to get government out of the way so that businesses can flourish. Businesses, the small businesses, the larger businesses, each one of those, they are the people who create wealth. Government does not create wealth. Government gets in the way of businesses, and so by moving and removing the intrusion into the businesses, into our communities from the federal government, I think you will see that your business will start to thrive and the economy will come back. Also, you have the Space Coast. We need to rethink what the president has recommended doing. I don't agree with his decision to shut down the Constellation project. I don't agree with his decision to allow other countries to shuttle us back and forth to the space station that we helped build. I believe that that is a huge economic engine for our state and for our country. And it has many tentacles throughout our state and throughout our country on an economic side and on a homeland security side.
Legal immigration, it takes away a lot of American jobs. What can we do? First of all, do you believe in that there's amnesty is a way of fixing this issue, or do you support the Arizona immigration bill that just passed?
I don't believe in amnesty. I do not believe in amnesty. And as the immigration law that was passed in Arizona, it's interesting to hear the different people talk about that piece of legislation. And it's even more sad and even more concerning that we have an Attorney General of our country standing up and saying that he's going to take legal action against that legislation when he hadn't even read the bill. That's nothing short of a malfeasance. He should never have reacted in such a manner without first, one, reading the piece of legislation and understanding it before even making any kind of recommendation on whether to take on legal action of that piece of legislation. I believe that Arizona has a right to protect their citizens. I believe that if you're in a legal stop and the law enforcement officer who stops you during his legal investigation, legal stop, has every right to enforce the laws of his state and of the federal government. So I agree with what they're doing. I have previously, in the past 3 years, filed illegal immigration legislation within the Florida House. Very, very concerned about the way our jobs are being lost, and not only job loss, but our homeland security issues that fall into that illegal immigration. Now, not everyone who crosses our southern borders are coming into our country to look for jobs and better their lives. Some are blending in and crossing over to do us harm, and those people are the ones that concern me the most.
Well, I want to touch on that also. You had mentioned a little while ago, you spoke out on Islamic fundamentalism and Sharia law. Can you explain a little bit more on that imminent threat?
Well, if you do some research, you find out there is the Muslim extremist project that is to create pockets and to grow their Muslim extreme philosophies, the extremist philosophies. And if you look at some of our towns within our own borders, like Michigan has some cities that have a lot of Muslim influence, and even so much as, I would say, some extremist Muslim influence, because they're trying to operate under Sharia law, not American law. And I believe that we need to continue to operate under our constitutional laws and the laws of our country and our state, and we should not be under any other form of laws.